My name is Jenn Gale, and I have lived in Orem for 18 years now. My husband and I have been married almost 27 years, which I know is hard to believe since I'm only 29. Wink, wink. We have 6 children. My oldest is 22, and then my youngest is 10, so we've got kids at every level of the school system. We've got elementary school, junior high school, college, one at UVU, one at BYU, 1 daughter and 5 sons, so we're a busy family. My professional career has spanned both the private and the public sector. The more kids I had, the less I worked. My focus is my family. So I started out in sales, marketing, operations, research. I did all those things, and then that experience transitioned to public sector work with the things my kids were involved in. So I have directed 2 youth development nonprofit organizations here in Orem and loved that. I volunteered as the head coach of Orem's high school swim team, which was fun. I am currently a coach on Orem's youth mountain biking program, which I love with my whole heart. I love my athletes and I love the families here in Orem. I'm also currently a student at BYU getting my master's degree in public administration, and I will be done in 2 semesters. So when I look at all of that experience, whether it's as a resident in Orem, as a mother in Orem, as a family in Orem, as a worker here in Orem, as a volunteer here in Orem, as a student of public administration, I think all of those things work together to help prepare me to be on the City Council. My priorities would be, first, to build relationships of trust with community partners, with Orem City residents, with Orem City employees. I think we get a lot more done when we trust each other. My second would be to collaborate, to work together based on those relationships of trust to make great things happen in the city. And I'm going to be looking for the win-win solutions. I think anytime you have a win-lose proposition, it's a lose for everybody. So let's see what we can do to collaborate and make win-win opportunities. And the third thing, I think, is just to listen to what the residents of Orem want, to listen to all sides of the issue, not just the loudest voice, but all of the voices. You know, everyone in the city has an opinion, and everyone in the city has a voice that deserves to be heard, and I want to hear what those things are. I want to hear the people. So trust, collaborate, and listen. Those are my priorities. So this is the question that I'm most excited to answer. I think hands down, Orem's biggest strength are the people in the city. I love the people in the city. You know, and they have done some amazing things. When our house caught fire and we lost most of what we owned, the people of Orem, the citizens of Orem, our neighbors and our friends stepped in to help us. You know, if you look at the thousands and thousands of volunteer hours that these people put in, you know, they work in the schools, they work coaching the sports teams, they deliver Meals on Wheels, they're helping their neighbors. I look at the great strength we get from people that aren't native from Orem. You know, I met a young man a few weeks ago who was an immigrant from this country. He and his family came over when he was very young, and they started a business here in Orem, and he works full-time in that business, and he goes to school full-time to become a pilot. He's studying aviation at UVU, and I think what great strength he offers to our city. And you know, it's beyond that. It's our city employees. My friend Mitch, he works at the Orem Rec Center. We wouldn't have a pool running without him. So the people in the city do amazing things, and I think they are far and away our best asset. And to build on that strength, I think that anything that we can do to build unity and community and bring our people together to see the humanity in each other is going to be a huge win for our city, and I think that's where we need to go. That is a great question. I think over the past year, we've seen a lot of division within our city, and I honestly think that's one of the biggest challenges that we face right now. When you look at the challenges Orem is facing, you know, whether it's neighborhood preservation or whether it's balancing the need for more housing with neighborhood preservation, or whether it's transportation issues or even education, any of those issues require us to work together. And if we can't do that, we're going to come up with suboptimal solutions every single time. So how are we going to solve those challenges? We're going to solve them by working together. So by trusting, by collaborating, and by listening, that's how we're going to solve those issues. Yes, I think my biggest strength as a candidate is that I'm fair. I don't have any pet policies. I don't have any preferred groups in the city. I really want to hear every side and every perspective. And you know, the other thing is I'm not going to get everything right all the time. I don't have every answer to every problem, but I do know that when we work together, we are far more likely to achieve outcomes that everyone is happy with. So by trusting, by collaborating, by listening to each other, I think we can work together to build on Orem's strength, which is her people and the great families in Orem, to have an Orem that we're all happy with.